Okay.
Just go straight into it.
All right. So if you're here, that means you want to be here. Okay. If you're here, that means you want to succeed in this business and you want to move on in this business. So great. And so what is it going to take? It just takes a certain decision. In life, you know, LifeWave was an idea at one point to you. Then, no, I'm sorry, it was a thought. Then it became an idea. And what's an idea? Something that you can imagine what it can be. And then you say yes, and you decide to make it, you decide to execute. But at some point in building this business, there's going to be a valley. And there's going to be more peaks than there are valleys. But when there's going to be more valleys, I'm sorry, than there are peaks. And I'm not saying this in a discouraging way. I'm saying the valley comes because you have a peak because you succeeded to a certain level in your business, but the valley comes when it comes to growth, or when you raising your leadership level and helping people grow in their business as well. Okay, that's going down in your roots. So a valley is not a bad thing. There's a valley because you need to go to that valley because you need to grow as a person. And everything's all about leadership, guys. Everything's all about leadership. So I want to get to know the people who are here. I don't know a couple of people. I've never spoken to Marielli. I never David Hawes, Mr. D. All these people that are here, I've never came in contact with them, and I would like to, because it's all about building a relationship, folks. And that's the glue of network marketing, is the relationship building. People want to be a part of something that's bigger than themselves. Outside of here, once you hang up on this, you're going to hit the negative. Okay? Everybody out in the world are just so programmed to think of the negative. That's why I don't watch TV. I don't watch the news. I don't let it consume on how I think. Because we are creators, folks. And I'm going to create the life that I want to live, which you guys should be creating the life that you want to live. And all it is stepping one step forward every single day. Every single day. Javi, it sounds so easy to do. No, it's not easy. It's simple, but it's not easy. But at some point in your life, you're going to have to say to yourself, you know what? I'm tired of living the life of the average. Because that's what the world wants us to live, the life of average. That doesn't fit well into my stomach. Okay? But that's a muscle that we have to work in our life, because we're so programmed to live in the average. That's how the world wants us to live, because they want us dependent on them so we can live in the average and not live that life that we want to live. And when I first kind of got that, when my mentors kind of told that to me, and we're imperfect people living in this imperfect world, helping imperfect people, it made so much sense. I said, you know what? We are creators. I'm going to create the life I want to live. I want to wake up when my eyes open instead of an alarm clock. Okay? And that's what I'm trying to instill in everybody that's here. You're no different than me. You're no different than Wilson. You're no different than Chris, the other leaders that are here. The only difference is when it comes to desire. Okay, the only difference is it's like saying to yourself, you could look in the mirror and say, you know what? Damn, I could live that life. Rosemary and you know, and Desiree and all these people who are here, they have been here from the beginning. Desiree has been here, I can't remember how long, but she still plugs in, because there's something that she's going to get when she plugs in that's going to make her have more conviction. It's going to make her have more posture. That's going to make her have more. You know what? And people are going to mistaking your confidence as for arrogance. Okay, because your confidence interrupts their insecurity, because they're not at your level. You're going to outgrow people. Okay, and it's okay. It's okay to feel confident about yourself. You're going to walk different. You're going to dress different. You're going to talk different. That's called confidence. Okay, Javi, I like that suit you're wearing. What kind of suit is that? Called confidence. That cologne you're wearing smells good. What's it called? Confidence. I like the car you're driving. What's it called? Confidence on 4 wheels. But you know, you're saying that not out of arrogance. Guys, your life is moving to another level where we were created to be. It's that simple. And I'm telling you wholeheartedly, guys, coming from a guy who had $6.23 in his bank account. I'm sure people can relate. But if things to change, guys, we need to change. And I'm telling you with the greatness of my heart, when an opportunity comes on your lap, whether it's you, whatever your level of belief, whether you believe it's from God, the universe, energy, whatever you believe in, it's there because you asked for it. And the opportunity came there because you're supposed to make an impact in this world and in your community, whether you believe it or not. Let me tell you, change the way you think. If you're here, you are a leader through and through. And your leadership and your skill and your story and your compassion and your empathy and your conviction and your confidence is going to change the life and trajectory of somebody. Kenneth is another one. He's been here from the beginning. But you know what? He is every day he's learning something to move forward in his life. And I always say when I take on a team, and if you could remember the first time I took this team on, I asked you to write on a piece of paper, are you willing? Are you willing to go day by day? I know Desiree is. I know Wilson is. I know Rachel is. I know Kenneth is. Are they willing? Because at some point, it could be any day. It can be a Wednesday. It could be a Thursday. It could be next week. It could be next month. They're going to have a breakthrough in their life. But it takes a certain amount of growth, folks. It takes some time to develop where you need to go. That's why I call it the leadership lid. If you want your leadership lid to grow, feed into your team what you've learned. That's the only way it's going to grow. Your business is never going to outgrow your level of leadership at all costs. I can teach you how to cycle. I can teach you how to maximize this compensation plan. But if you don't grow on the inside to do that, you can't give something that you don't have. You can't. But a lot of people, including myself, at some point, I lived in the 95%. What's the 95%? The 95% is living in memory and history. What's memory and history? Bad experiences, bad decisions, people telling you you can't do this, people telling you you're wasting your time, people telling you you don't have confidence, you don't have confidence, you're full of shit. People telling you, you can't, you began to believe it when it's not true. I had to eliminate people from my life, and I'm okay with that. I eliminate you, I'm eliminate you. I'm going to love you where you're at, but I need to come here, folks. I need to be here. Because before you know it, there's a blink of an eye. 10 years is going to pass in your life, and you're going to ask yourself, what have I done with it? And that's where it hit home to me, okay? Because we don't know, and this may hit home to many people, we don't know how many more moments or how many more minutes we have. We don't know that. That's why I call it the power of one more. One more moment, one more phone call. At least you know if you're called to go up there, you know you did everything it took in your level of gifting to do what you needed to do to make an impact in this world. I would hate to go up in heaven and say, this is the person that I created you to be. And you didn't become that because I didn't make a decision. Okay? I would hate for Rachel to go up and say, Rachel, I created you to be this amazing woman to impact this family, to impact your community. You're supposed to live here. You're supposed to write this book. Your influence is supposed to help all these women do this because you didn't decide to say yes and say, I want to change. I would hate for Desiree to come out and say, I don't care how old Desiree is. But her story and her compassion and what she's done with her life at her age is going to convict a bunch of women her same age to say, yes, you know what? I want to do what you do, Desiree. Can you show me how to do it? I would hate for that to happen. That's not going to happen with me because I saw that living in the 95% was not serving me any. When an opportunity comes on your lap, it's a gift that was given to you, but what you do with the gift is you're giving to him. Or whatever you believe in, to give back. Is to give back. And this is not an inspirational session. This is a session to say, hey, you come here every week, and if it takes you longer to go manager or director than others, so what? Then you got to look at yourself. What am I doing? What am I not doing enough of to get the same results? What am I not doing enough of? And I say that every day. What one more person can I help do this? What one more person, one more. one more. I always say every day, one more, because we never know how many one more moments we're going to have. We never. And no one here, we're no different, folks. We're all made of flesh. Our heart beats the same. We all bleed red. We all put our pants on the same way. We all put our shirt on the same way. It's all about desire. And I can't take anyone to no place they don't desire to go there. I can't. And we could come here every week, but I want to come here every week to grow somebody. For someone to get out of that box and come out and live uncomfortably for a little while to get the life that they want to live, you know. And it's all about a personal desire, you know. So this week, you know, come out. It's okay to say I need help. It's okay to say, Javi, I feel like I'm being insignificant in this profession. It's okay to say that here in front of people. That's what leaders should do. Leaders should be vulnerable. Leaders should be transparent. They should be. And if they're not, your leadership, you're not going to be relatable to anybody. You're not. It's okay to say, I'm having a hard time, Javi. Wilson, I'm having a hard time. Where can I feed more so my leadership can increase? That's what we're here for. If you can't do that, then you're not ready. If you can't come off the Zoom and take yourself off mute and say, Javi, I feel like I screwed up, then you're not ready. It's my job I'm very black and white. There's no gray in the middle with me. And that's how it was with me, with Stephen, Gene, and Mike. For all these years, they fed me this way, and they fed me this way, and they changed the way I think. And I'm not gonna teach something that I don't implement in my own life. I'm not gonna do it. It's okay to say I'm doing something wrong. It's okay to say I need help. It's okay to say, can you help me know how to invite somebody and have someone look at this? Not to close, because we're not here to close anybody. I'm not selling you a house. I'm not selling you a car. Okay? I'm showing you a better way to make a path and a trail for your people to follow you to where they want to go in life. And it's a day-by-day process. Are you willing? Are you willing to spend the next 10 years? If it takes you 10 years to make $1 million, would it be worth it? I'm just asking you. Desiree, I'm just asking. It took Javi 17 years. 17. Don't compare my journey to yours. I had to learn everything from scratch. I was ghetto fabulous. Okay? I had to learn everything from scratch, but I was willing, folks. And the good thing about this, you guys are so sharp, you guys just don't believe it. Do you know one of the major things of people in the world is that people just don't believe in them? If you show one person that you believe in them, game over. Game over. Let me ask you something. If at one point, and I'm talking to all 16 of you here, 17, that's including me, but I'm including myself in this question, is that if at one point in your life, if you were broken and you're not broken anymore, if at one point in your life you have financial anxieties, but you got that resolved, if one point in your life that you felt like you wasn't a good leader, but you have a team that you're leading, it makes you immensely qualified to show people how not to be broken, how to lead, and how to fill their financial anxieties. It makes you qualified to teach. And that's what we do here. So if you're not at your financial, where you want to be financially, you can't teach that. You can't teach something that you don't have. You can't at all costs. I was told by Gina Merritt in my face when I first started this, don't ever take advice from someone who's never been financially successful. They can never show you how to be. Don't ever take successful advice from someone who's never been successful. They can never show you how to be. That was tattooed to my brain. So by you that this doesn't work, be careful what you let in your ears. Who are you? You know what? Best example. I would take advice from someone that I want to trade places with. I want to trade places with. If you had the life that I want to live organically, I'll listen to you. If you have not done it, then don't speak into my heart. Don't do it. because you can never show me how to do it. You're the wrong person. Next person. Like someone said, do you want to look younger? No. Wrong person. Wrong person. Wrong person. You want to look old for the, I haven't I encountered someone in my life that they want to look old for the rest of their life, Wilson. I've never. Okay. It's all about the minute that you guys decide to get out of your box and you can come in front of somebody and say, you know what, I need help. You're ready. If you're hiding behind the screen, and I'm not, maybe you're having a bad hair day, you want to show yourself on the screen here or whatever. And you can't come out and say, can you help me better my leadership skills? Then you're not ready. It will come. Keep plugging in. It will come. That day will come. The same way it came for Wilson. And Wilson uses himself in an example all the time because in the beginning he messed up. But I saw something in him that I knew at some point when he was ready, he was going to see the light at the end of the tunnel. I still kept calling him. I still kept texting him. I still kept showing him. I see how he is with his babies. I see. Because I saw something that he didn't see yet, but he wasn't ready at the time. So one morning he woke up and something happened that he saw it. Because he's ready. Because he was ready. And life is, you know, you got to ask yourself, I don't know how many more moments I'm going to have. But this session is to come and just to tell you guys, hey, you're no different than anybody else. All you have to do is say yes, and day by day, do something every day. The breakthrough is going to come. It may be next week. It may be Rachel may sponsor someone next week that's going to totally fire up her business. You just don't know, but are you willing, folks? Are you willing? I was willing. I knew. Javi knew. When I got into Life Wave and I saw what this patch does, and I saw the leadership, and I saw what this patch did to my boy that I fought for years, that a simple and significant patch did everything. I knew I had something in my hands. I didn't want to do this again. I was hoping it didn't work, but it worked. Okay, I had no choice but to do it because it worked. And it done miraculous things. Okay, and it can do miraculous things for you. I don't care how old you are, bro. I don't. This team will grow. It will grow. I will help grow this team for the people who want to grow it. I will. I will. They said it couldn't be built in South Africa. I said, watch me. And look what's happening. Don't tell me I can't do something. I will outwork you. I will. At all costs. And they said it couldn't be built in South Africa. South Africa was in the bottom of the totem pole. It was in the basement. Corporate goes, what happened out there? I said, you shouldn't have told me that couldn't happen. Last month alone, they brought in 200,000 of volume. Alone. That says something. When you get people who see what you see and decide to say, you know what, I'm going to change the way I think. I don't give a crap what you say about me. Because what you think about me is none of my business. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. What you say has power, folks. Okay, if you say you can't, you won't. If you say you will, it will happen. You can. Wilson, and I don't mean to pick on him, but he's the perfect example. Okay, Javi, this funnel I'm developing, I'm like, oh my God, my ears are bleeding when I hear these things with him, you know, and I'm like, okay, this is it, Javi. Okay. It's just life and death in the power of the tongue. He spoke that garbage out of his mouth. The last month, 2 months has changed everything because he decided to stay focused, look north and south, not east and west. Follow the people who know what they're doing. Everything changed for him, you know? Anyway. Any questions? Unmute Wilson.
Yeah, I just quickly wanted to elaborate on that. I have many people on this call that's trying to build this business online, sitting on their phones, trying to get people on their phones. They're not getting out there. They're not going to events. They're not holding events. They're not speaking to people face to face. Guys, I lost 6 months out of the 15 months I've been in this business, trying to reinvent the wheel. I didn't make 1 cent. Actually lost a fortune in doing that. It cost me about $1,000 in development. Nothing came from it. What happened? My good friend George, in that time where I lost focus on what makes this happen, what makes this business happen, get people on these calls, you get people at the events we're having, you patch them. If you don't have money yet to patch people, get people on the calls until you've made enough money to patch people. George went senior presidential director. In the 5 months, it's almost 6 months, I tried to build an online system to get the people automatically. The day you went senior presidential director, it hit me so hard in the stomach, I couldn't sleep properly for a week. And I was like, I dropped the ball. You know, like the amount of time I wasted on trying to reinvent the wheel, the ripple effect that had on people not getting this technology, people died in that 6 months. Me not being focused. And Javi has this incredible ability to then, after I got kicked in the stomach, to come and just do the KO. And it was so beautiful. Like it was like, bro, what are you doing? Like, come now. This is happening and you're not here. And he did it in such a beautiful way. And took me about a week to recover. And I was like, okay, let's go back to basics. How are people succeeding in this? What are they doing? It's very simple. Get people on these calls. We get people to their events. We raise their belief level, and then they come in organically. We're not selling anything. If you want to speak to somebody online, good luck. They don't know you. They won't believe you because they don't trust you. You get them to a meeting like this, they feel our frequency, or they come to a patch event and they see how somebody's out of pain after 45 minutes, it's a done deal. Today, we were at a patch party. We had 20 people there. 10 of them was in my team. We've got 3 diamonds, a platinum, and a silver coming on board from 10 people. And that person is still learning the business. He just got 10 people to attend the meeting. He's not verbalizing this correctly yet. Okay, great. Francis, I wish he was on the call. I just wanted to give him a hug today after the meeting because he got 10 people to our event. And guys, all of this happened today, made $1,350 for the day. And he's not reinventing the wheel. He's just getting
Wilson, can you
people
stop
to the
recording
meeting.
real quick?
Yeah,
Can you
yeah, yeah.
stop the recording?